This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
Trouble in space this morning as the International Space Crew attempted a spacewalk outside the station. Here's a live look at the astronauts. Well, I don't believe... I don't think those are astronauts. Yeah,
Where's their spacesuit?
station. Here's a live look at the astronauts. Well, I don't believe that. Yeah,
Where's their spacesuit?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are interrupting our program to give you the following.
Roll the moon sequence, please.
The round devoted to things of the future is called Tomorrowland. Our simulated rocket trip around the moon.
A secret wish made to a new moon.
Such a trip,
Will come true.
a dream of many men
The man in the moon.
since history began.
This is the moon. It shines over the great cities, illuminates the countryside, and its reflection shimmers on lakes and oceans. This is the moon that saw life begin.
We see nothing but the dark shadow side.
Pale moon doth rain, red moon doth glow, white moon doth neither rain nor snow. Caesar once said that the dark of the moon is the best time to start a battle.
He went to the south, and burned his mouth, successfully both his porridge.
This then is the moon. Like a flower in heaven's high bower, with silent delight, sits and smiles on the night.
Three, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff.
Vehicle is pitching downrange.
Stage 1, chamber pressure is nominal.
There we see Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, carrying our stack of Starlink satellites into orbit.
It's gonna happen. This baby fell out of the sky and landed in our yard. It's never boring on the Welke farm. Thank God there's no horses out or it didn't hit the house. And it's still going and flashing.
Yeah, a bit of sci-fi hitting home for a Michigan couple when a satellite crash landed in their backyard, and their reaction? Priceless.
Never know what's gonna happen. This baby fell out of the sky and landed in our yard.
Nancy and Dan Welke, cool as cucumbers, discovering a satellite that had crash landed on their property, still blinking and still attached to a parachute. Turns out the satellite belonged to Samsung, which launched it just days ago as part of a PR stunt to do the world's first selfie in space. Samsung reps did visit the farm Sunday to make sure everyone and everything was okay. In a statement from the company, they said, quote, Samsung Europe's space selfie balloon came back down to Earth. During this planned descent of the balloon to land in the U.S., weather conditions resulted in an early soft landing in a selected rural area, end quote. The satellite is now back in the hands of Samsung, but the Welkes were able to snap a selfie with it before they took it away. So there you have it, just in time for Halloween.
inflatable plastic balloon satellite, 100 feet in diameter, tall as a 10-story building, will be sent aloft folded accordion fashion inside a 26.5-inch magnesium container. The latter is mounted in the nose of a 3-stage 92-foot Thor Delta rocket. Highlighting one of the nation's proudest days in space, the satellite, called Echo 1, will serve as a reflector for radio waves that bounce back to Earth, paving the way for a new kind of worldwide communications. The rocket at Cape Canaveral carries the balloon and 30 pounds of powder, which will turn to gas and inflate it at a height above 1,000 miles. At 5:40 a.m., the launching. Then the tense moments while the rocket goes through the separation of the stages. It is only the second launching, and as shown in this animated visualization, it is living up to the expectations of the space experts, who say it functions almost perfectly. With extremely precise guidance, it is placing the balloon satellite almost exactly into the desired 1,000-mile-high circular orbit. "33 minutes after launching, the balloon is released and inflated by the powder inside, which turns from a solid into gas under the sun's temperature. The big balloon, visible like a bright star, quickly bounces a recorded message by President Eisenhower between stations in California and New Jersey. And here in Washington, the chief executive listens to his own voice as it sounded when bounced from the orbiting satellite.
It is a great personal satisfaction to participate in this first experiment in communications, involving the use of the satellite balloon known as Echo. This is one more significant step in the United
Well, now, one thing, you have a theory about the moon, and we expect to be able to get observable facts about the moon fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, a cosmic plasma, and that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you're proved to be correct in your theories?
The result will be profound and decisive, because it will give proof that a complete reinvestigation of the laws of nature is necessary. Because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail. That means that the mass of the moon is less, far less, than is currently assumed. It's in a different state of energy, and it has far less mass. That means there is no more explanation for the tides. If the moon, for example, had only 1,000th part of its current mass, then the tides would only be 2 inches high under conventional theories instead of sometimes 14 feet. And that means that if it is proved that the moon is a plasma, then all gravitational theories are out, and a new concept of the cosmos and of its laws has to be evolved.
Aren't you being a bit adventurous, though, because you know we're going to be able to test out your theories on the moon fairly soon?
Well, not anymore. 11 years ago, of course, it was rather taking a risk. I was considered a lunatic, of course. But by now, the evidence, accumulated evidence, is already so much in my favor that I'm not taking any risks anymore. On the contrary, there is scientific views expressed all over the world now that the moon seems to be of a quite different nature of what was assumed.
But the Americans and Russians are thinking of landing men on it.
Well, that will never happen. Not on the moon. On Mars, on Venus, on other planets, yes. But the moon is definitely, as I assert, a plasma.
A happy landing for Russia's unmanned Luna 17 spacecraft, and a big step forward for Soviet scientists in Lenin's Jubilee year. The first self-propelled vehicle ever to drive across the lunar landscape is controlled from Earth. It's called Lunokhod 1, and here's how this extraordinary Heath Robinson 8-wheeler was rolled down from the spacecraft onto the Sea of Rains. The size of the vehicle hasn't been disclosed, but it's been sending back television pictures and carries, among other equipment, a laser reflector. It's been used to survey the moon's surface. So now Soviet space experts have proved their theory that space exploration can be carried out by automatic equipment without risking the lives of astronauts. To Russia, Lunokhod is worth its weight in moon dust.
Well, I nearly pissed me dax when I seen this vision of Russia's lunar rover from 1970. I mean, it's equally as fake as NASA, but have a bloody look at this thing. It looks like a rice cooker on wheels. And have a gander at this bozo with his joystick, thinking he's playing on an old bloody Atari 2600. And then when your rice is cooked, the lid comes up automatically. Dig in, fellas. And who the bloody hell's filming this shit on an unmanned flight? And have a look what the rice cooker arrived in. Bloody hell. Surely the Russian public, or anyone for that matter, didn't believe this shit. How's it going here, boys? Yeah, pretty good, boss. Just pressing random buttons and looking like I'm doing fuck all. Hey, Dimitri, can you print us out some photos, mate? Not a worry, mate. I'll just fire up the dot matrix printer right now. And here's our closing shot with the blob of Play-Doh in the background. Gee whiz.
stuff and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like I glister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. Body and beats, I stain my sheets, I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end, she is starting to cry. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check it out. When I'm out walking, I strut my stuff and I'm so strung out. And I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check it out. Body and beats, I stain my sheets, I don't even know why. My girlfriend, she's at the end, she is starting to cry. When I'm walking, stop, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like I blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one.
right north of the sun. And wow, I would love to say it was the moon, but since the moon happens to be right here on the opposite side, there's no way it is. And since we all have been taught in school that Mercury and Venus do not show up, oh, just look at that planet just beaming and shining right now. Somebody tell me what it is. Thank you.
Linear 2735, between 120.7, good day.
Between 120.7, good day, Linear 2735.
Gone.
Я знал, что он существует.
In Nazca, there you see some mountains which were artificially cut off. You never see these mountains on television. Somebody cut the top of the mountain off. You can clearly prove it in the pictures. They found a magnetic field in the ground under the line which is so high that they could not measure it anymore. There is something deep down there.
we are indeed associated with the light of the Creator, the highest vibrational frequency of light, and to understand also that we have never been in a human body. To begin to feel as though you can attract and connect. other one who is called the Master Teacher Spirit. It is to understand that we would like to give you a short introduction as to whom we are, and then we will launch into our topic for the day. We are a collective consciousness. Collective consciousness